You know I got a thing for you. Let's share the same name, that's love, nothing cordial. Let's get back to the basics. See me, no need for LASIK. It's just a name, no, it's who I am to you. Face it.
Don't call me by my first name. That's the worst thing you could do. It tells me you don't know me. All the time you show me what I mean to you. So call me love, call me love, call me your love, call me your love. So call me love, call me love, call me your love, call me your love. take. You're looking at me, looking at you. No need to hesitate, it's true. You made me wanna say, I've got the skills to make you move. Just don't stand there, baby, but I move. I've got the skills to make you mine. You made me wanna say,
Don't make a sound, just break it down, honey.
she should've known you'd settle the score. I make you move like you got some in the room. Now give me some more. I know it's all I gave to you. Don't look away no matter what you do, because with every glance I take, you're looking at me, looking at you. No need to hesitate, it's true. You made me wanna say, I've got the skills to make you move. Just don't stand there, baby, but I move. I've got the skills to make you mine. One step is bringing me closer. One night is all that I need. Don't stop till our time is over. Don't stop, just set me free. I've got the skills to make you move. Just don't stand there, baby, but I move. I've got the skills to make you mine. You make me wanna say, I've got the skills to make you move. Just don't stand there, baby, but I move. I've got the skills to make you mine. You make me wanna say. Can't stop the rain from falling. Can't stop the rain from falling. Can't stop the rain from falling, baby. What is going on? What is going on? Can't stop the sky from thundering. Can't stop the sky from thundering. Can't stop your mind from wondering. What is going on? What is going on? I want you to know what's down in my soul. I want you to see what you done to me. I want you to know what's down in my soul. I want you to find what you let me at. Yeah, I want you to know what's down in my soul. I want you to see what you done to me. I know you can try, just leave it all behind. It's all in your mind, it's all in your mind. Can't stop the sun from setting. Can't stop the sun from setting. Can't stop your mind from letting me know what is going on. What is going on? Can't stop the birds from flying. Can't stop the birds from flying. Can't stop, there's no denying it. What is going on? What is going on? I want you to know what's down in my soul. I want you to see what you done to me. I want you to know what's down in my soul. I want you to find what you let me at. Yeah, I want you to know what's down in my soul. I want you to see what you done to me. I want you to know what's down in my soul. I want you to know.
switched to T-Mobile because of the flexibility. I don't have a contract, which I love that.
The Simple Choice plan is so much better because I know what I'm going to get every month. I'm happy with that.
It's great to understand what you're paying for.
Within the first 2 weeks, I was using 10 gigs. I'm thinking I could not survive doing this with another company because they would have shut me down by now.
I have a 5S right now, and as soon as the 6 comes out, I can just go trade it in and get the new one.
I like the fact that the installments can go towards a new phone if you want to upgrade.
Even overseas, I still want to have fun with my phone. Overseas, I still want to be worry-free, which is what I'm able to do with the T-Mobile phone.
Once I switched to T-Mobile and I went on my first trip, I said, wow, this is so much better.
I got lost and everything, but what was nice was that I had the data to pull up maps to find my way home.
Yeah, we've got this thing, we'll pay off your early termination fee. So I was like, okay, where do I sign up?
I don't think it's right at all to have to pay for an early termination fee. When you're done with it, you're done with it, and that should be the end of it.
Immediately when I walked into their store, the representative goes, "Are we paying for your breakup today?" And I said, "Yeah, you are." So I broke up. T-Mobile is the it brand right now. You have wireless, that's who you want to go with.
To me, they're the pioneers of the new age of cell phones because they take chances.
Promise less and deliver more. I feel like T-Mobile has that.
I'm really, really glad I switched.
I am a customer for life with them.
It's probably like the best thing I ever did with my cell phone.
T-Mobile, keep doing what you're doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. We are live from the sold-out Paramount Theater in the Emerald City. And now, it's time! Introducing, fighting out to the magenta corner, please welcome John, the Un-CEO Legend!
Good evening, everybody, especially all of you that had a real long day. If they gave you any of those hologram cameras, you can point them at me and see if they'll tell you who I am. Oh, they didn't give you one. Sorry. I hope you got the goodie bags. Welcome to Seattle. There should be an energy drink right next to the doobie in the bag for you to welcome you to the state of Washington. I should acknowledge right up front that this is a rather unique event. Our friends from the media here, our guests of honor, we did invite one or two people to join us today. I got two groups of people. We have quite a few of our local customers and maybe one or two employees from Salem, Bellingham, and Bellevue. I bring this up for two reasons, because some of you I've talked today in the media with. I want to help you understand. This group is not a plant, nor are they coached. They're out of their goddamn mind on their own. Right? And if you want to know one of the biggest differences between T-Mobile and our competitors, is this is what our employees and customers look and sound like every minute of every day. Now, that video that you saw, I love that video because what I've been doing since I got to T-Mobile, it may sound oversimplified, but I can guarantee you when this story is written and students want to know what did we do at T-Mobile, I guarantee you what I did every day since I got here and I do every day for a living is talk to individual customers, those people on the screen. And with all the geniuses in the telecom and the wireless industry and business in general, we make it so complicated. We talk industry structures and customer segments and retail distribution channels. That is a complete crock of bullshit. This is nothing more than an industry of 250 million individual people that if you take the time to talk to them on Twitter, talk to them on Facebook, talk to them in the store, they'll tell you everything you need to know. And then in this audience are the only two other people you need to know. A customer care rep that spends their day on the phone with a customer. Between those two people, you hear everything. Right? And then, in a retail store, a person who for a living talks to you about what you want in a device and a wireless service. And I can guarantee you, everything we do, everything that happens at T-Mobile, the entire Uncarrier revolution, comes from those people and from solving these pain points. And the last thing that was up here I want to guarantee you on, we're going to end on this note today as well, very important, we will not stop. We will continue. Now, so since we started this together, and I don't feel together with all of you, 17 million people have chosen T-Mobile. And that's since the Uncarrier revolution. 17 million. Now, customers, and not just our customers, and that's an important difference, customers in the wireless industry are experiencing wireless in ways that they never did before. Either they're with us or they've had the benefit of our competitors responding. Contracts. This world of no contracts, no overages, this isn't that long. Customers are rejecting deceptive phone practices. And if you can remember back when we started this and I was going on and we were talking about this craziness of thinking that that phone, cost $99. It's a thing of the past. Upgrade plans. Where did that great idea come from? It's like everybody has an upgrade plan now. International roaming. These things are all things that happened here in what we're doing, and it's about transforming an outdated industry. That's something that we're going to talk to. Now, I want to start today about the announcements we're going to make today and what they're about. These devices, our competitors don't get that this is not just a phone. They don't get it. And by the way, they were created. Our competitors were created when what you got this for was to make a phone call. That's not the world we're in anymore. Smartphones are mobile supercomputers. We use them to do everything that we do, right in the palm of our hands. And what causes that to happen? Data. Data networks carry every meg of your text, of your mail, of your photos, of your songs. And very important for us, we see ourselves as a mobile internet company. Now, why does that start to become important? You know that in 2012, connected internet devices, mobile internet devices, surpassed PCs, right? And as we head into 2015, mobile internet users will surpass fixed wireline users, right? So the big question is, why does the industry treat data users as second-class citizens? Why are there overages? Why are there limitations? And For example, we try to eliminate overages. 200,000 people signed up right away. Why haven't they gone away? We're going to explore this together. There are very good reasons that I'm going to point out. Then we're going to solve a few. Do you know users like Roger, the Twitter maniac over here, Ina, 78% of Facebook users are mobile. 76% of Twitter users. 66% of streamers of music are mobile. Now, we're at a tipping point. We're officially crossing over. Implications. First, a question. Why don't AT&T and Verizon offer unlimited data plans? Okay, let's list the choices. A, they can't. B, they're greedy bastards. Okay? Or my favorite, C, both. Okay? Now, it is pretty clear to me what's happening. And I'm going to use this as an intro. I apologize I won't go on as long as somebody did this morning. But I've got more to announce. What's happening is these folks were created to help a network make phone calls on a fixed wire network. And that asset needed to be monetized. They needed to make a return on it. So they were trying as long as they can, and now they're slowly creating their data networks and holding back as long as they can to monetize the incremental investments, mainly because they can. They're mobile, they're utilities, phone calls were an app. Now, T-Mobile's network, let's talk about this for a second. And this is what we really wanted to talk about today before we solve some pain points. Our network's designed different. It's built for data. Let's explore that together. This generation, not mine, this generation here, these young folks, they were built purely for the mobile internet age. The guys don't get it. See these maps? We keep seeing these maps. Are you sick and tired of these maps? Do you know what this map is? It's 2D. It's a 2D map. It's flat. If there's a piece on this map where you can make a crackly phone call, it gets filled in. So let me help you. We are all of us, going to cover this map. And it's time that this map starts changing, because one color thin is not enough. It turns out that millennials and the new internet group, they use data. And we know where and when they're using data. Working with our Spectrum portfolio and what Neville and his team have been doing, our data is concentrated where and when people use the network. So we've got to coin a term called data strong. So let's make this 3D, right? Let's look at this network and where people use the network. And let's start to change the dialogue. What's most important to you? If you spend 97% of your time in the city, downtown in Seattle, and then you go, who knows where, to Montana, okay, and you can make one phone call there, which, by the way, we will be able to do. We're moving towards complete ubiquitous voice coverage. But where you work and play every day, the differentiated capability of data usage is off the charts different. I think that dialogue has to start. The fundamental difference in the approach between us and the other guys. Let's just look at this. T-Mobile customers. How about this for a small wake-up? T-Mobile customers use 69% more data than an average Verizon customer. They use 61% more data than everybody in the family. Okay? But here's the shocker for you. I saved my favorite for last. An average T-Mobile customer uses 100% more data than an AT&T customer. 100%. Now, why? Here's the why. T-Mobile has far more network capacity per customer than any other carrier. This doesn't sound like the conversation they're telling you, does it? How about this one? You ready? T-Mobile has 70% more spectrum per customer than Verizon. And we have, and by the way, nobody's been arguing this. Remember when I brought this up earlier this year, that we have the nation's fastest 4G LTE network? No dialogue happening. It's no doubt. So when you take those together, mobile and internet is our DNA, better adapted than the utilities, fundamental difference. So what do we have as an issue here? Big news. Wideband LTE now launched in 16 markets in the United States. Okay, let me explain to you what this means. We have 230 million pops of LTE. We have 250 million by the end of the year. We look at wideband LTE as at least 15 by 15, okay? And we will be 20 by 20 in 90% of the top 25 markets. Okay, what do these speeds mean? You ready? Up to 147 megabits down and up to 40 megabits up. Okay, 147 megabits. That is a 90-minute HD video download in 3 minutes or an 11-song album in 7 seconds. Okay. What that also is, it's so much faster than even the laboratory promises of whenever the hell Sprint finishes the Spark network, whenever that is. This is already faster than the laboratory white coat guys are doing in their demos. So, data strong, ready. Now, here's the next piece, VoLTE. Hear the dialogues about VoLTE? 15 markets launched, 107 million people currently have VoLTE. Right now, we'll have nationwide deployment of VoLTE by the end of the year. So these things sound to you like what they should sound. We are absolutely kicking their ass on both fronts. Wideband LTE and VoLTE way ahead, Neville and his team completely annihilating the competition. So here's before I go to this piece, I would just say, the dialogue around T-Mobile has shifted so much. Listen to us. We are fighting the battle on network. In 1.5 years, what these guys have done has created, we want to taunt you about the network. Now, here's where we get to the pain points. Here's what drives me nuts. I'm absolutely out of my mind on another set of issues. Do you know the media spending in our industry in a year in the United States on TV media, et cetera, $6 billion. $6 billion that creates this cacophony of the biggest bullshit in history. Maps and charts and promises and happy families running through the goddamn store. It's a joke. I mean, come on, you got Grant Hill and you got the little woman telling about playing varsity basketball. This is how America makes wireless decisions. When this supercomputer in your hand is truly differentiated in many places, what the fuck do I care about all that? I mean, give me a break. So here's what it is. What I always get is, every time we do something, people don't tell me, hey, that's a great idea. They say, well, how are you able to do that? Because the assumption is that these high and mighty duopolists that are raping you for every penny you have, if they could do something nice for you, they would. The fuckers hate you. I'm telling you. So, I promised myself I wasn't going to be angry today, so I'm going to be happy. Okay. And there was a pool as to how many times I swear, so I promised him I'd say at least 4 in the first 5 minutes. Okay. So here's the tough one. The industry wants you to be confused. They want the way you purchase to be tough. How about this stat? 46% of Americans say they have gone in and made a wireless decision and gone home and regretted it. Remorse. How about this? 1 out of 10 in the first 30 days has changed. They've gone back. So let me help you. This is a higher remorse rate by a factor of 33% than the used car industry. And if I'm not ashamed of my own industry, it's just about the same as the cable industry, which is really a low bar to try to put out in front of you. So this is the pain point. This is what we're going to try to change and solve. And trust me, not just for us, not just for T-Mobile customers, but for everybody.
I use so much data.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
I'm always sharing photos. I'm always sharing videos. T-Mobile is crucial.
The speed is just amazing.
T-Mobile's network is a lot stronger than I thought it was going to be.
Page loads just like that.
Once I switched to T-Mobile, I said, wow, this is so much better.
I love what the Uncarrier is doing, but...
I know they say they're fast, but are they fast everywhere?
I don't trust a map on TV. I trust it when I see it working in the real world.
I switched once before, and it was not good. Am I ready to do it again?
I get confused with all these claims and ads about networks. Everyone says they have the best.
I use a ton of data, and I can't be left hanging.
I can't afford to switch.
I'm nervous about switching.
I'm just afraid to go all the way. I'm just afraid to go all the way. I'm just afraid to go all the way.
Sometimes I think we create these videos for ourselves. We hope you're entertained with that. Now, for me, the last time I had a 7-night stand was approximately never. But if you remember, back in January, when we invited people to break up with their carriers, some weren't quite ready. And what we started to hear from people was the concept of they wanted a pain point solved. They wanted a test drive. And we are so confident about our network capability. And by the way, both ways. There may be some customers that it's not quite time. It's not time for them. Try it. And then, after a 7-night stand, you can make a decision. And most importantly, we think everybody should cheat on their carrier. We hold in this world of reality, we believe everybody, every Verizon, every AT&T customer should cheat on their carrier and enjoy every minute of it. So what we've done is partnering with Apple, which we're very proud of. Anybody can, for 7 days, get a fully loaded iPhone 5S with an unlimited data plan, and you can test drive our network and then simply return it to a store, and it is zero cost, no down payment, and it'll be fantastic to see. And by the way, very importantly, we also found out that an unbelievable low percentage of Americans actually know that T-Mobile carries the iPhone. So, if you want to test drive an iPhone 5S, this is here for you as well. So what I'd like to do, this is big. It's very exciting. There's a lot more to it. I'm going to ask Mike Sievert to come up and give you the details of what we call test drive and a 7-night stand.
Yeah, I'll take the clicker. Yeah. You guys like the 7-night stand? Yeah. You know, people ask us when we do these things, this is the 5th one, and people ask us, where do we get these ideas? How do we come up with the pain points, with the focus areas for Uncarrier? And it's really simple. We listen to customers. We do this astounding thing of listening to customers, what they want, what holds them back, and just solving them, as John said. And so when we came out with Uncarrier, we eliminated contracts. We got rid of them with simple choice, and we got rid of the stuff that people hate about contracts. We got rid of overages. We got rid of the upgrade runarounds. We made the world your network at no extra charge, and millions of people responded. But some people were held back. They said to it, we listened, and what they said to us was pretty simple. They said, okay, but I'm stuck in a contract. I've got a family plan contract with staggered expiration dates, and I can't get out. I love those things, but I'm stuck. And so we solved that one too with contract freedom in January and set them free. What this is about addressing the next thing that people are telling us. They look at this and they say, okay, the Uncarrier revolution makes a ton of sense, but it feels kind of risky. How do I decide? How do I know for sure that it's going to work for me if I make that decision? And amazingly, the way this industry answers that question until tonight is patently absurd. The way we answer the question about whether or not this is going to work out for you is a buying process that is worse than used cars. I mean, imagine it. What if you went to a car dealer and they said, no, just take it. You can't drive it. Just take it. No one would buy it that way. And yet we don't question that this is how wireless works. And it doesn't just work this way sometimes. It works this way across the industry. Last year, 82 million times, that's the number of gross ads in our industry, people were forced to make buying decisions in this patently absurd way. As John said, what you do, here's how it works. What you do is you take your whole family and you come into a retail store and everybody hands over their phones, including the entire digital life that they built into these phones, and gives it away, never to be seen again. And then you pay hundreds of dollars for every person in the family to get a new phone, spend a half a day of your life moving into that phone, reinitiating your digital lifestyle into it, and then, only then, after a few days, you figure out whether or not it's going to work for you. Does that sound okay? Does that sound like a way somebody should buy wireless? But it's how it happens 82 million times. And so we said, why don't we just do it differently? Why don't we just make it totally free? Come in, get an iPhone 5S, sign up, we're going to send it to you. And when you get it, you can use it, check out the network for 7 days, and the way it works is pretty simple. I thought to myself, let me make a slide to lay out the process that people should follow so that people will get this at the press conference. And then I made the slide and I thought to myself, well, I don't really think that was probably necessary, but it works like this. You go to tmobile.com/test drive, you order your phone. What we're going to do is get your name and address so we can ship it to you. It comes in about 2 days. We're going to take your credit card number. We're not going to charge you. All we're going to do is make sure the shipping address matches the billing address, and we're going to make sure the credit card number is good. You pay nothing. There's no deposit. There's no payment. We send you an iPhone 5S, or whatever is the latest and greatest iPhone. And then you take it for a spin. Bang on our network for a week. Have a ball. Take it for a 7-night stand. Cheat on your carrier, and then bring it back. That's it. Bring it right into a store where one of our representatives will take it in, and you're on your way. And it's a complete transformation in the way to assess whether or not it's going to work for you. Now, you might remember when we launched Uncarrier 4, Contract Freedom, we did it with a little bit of fun. We can't help ourselves. So we launched, you might remember it, the breakup. Do you remember that? The breakup letter? So we thought, well, if we're going to do a test drive, we need to have a little bit of fun with this one too. So as we've been saying, the T-Mobile test drive, we're referring to it as the 7-night stand. So what we're launching tonight is the 7-night stand challenge. Now, if you're taking the test drive, there's one for each day that you can do. If you're not taking the test drive, knock yourself out. This is for everyone because it's a chance to have fun with this thing, to win prizes like gift cards or free T-Mobile service or a trip set for 7 glorious nights, a romantic getaway to some place that you can use your simple global data. And each day, we're going to give you a new challenge of something you can do. Like, for example, confess your cheating ways. Like this guy who says he's posting, "I'm coming clean, I'm cheating on you with T-Mobile. We have a phone together, so it's a little awkward." Or this person, another challenge is to flirt with T-Mobile a little. And so this person says, "Hey, T-Mobile, can you open a pickle jar for me? Your network's so strong." You know, and as it goes along, it gets a little bit better. Maybe you're going to stand in front of an AT&T store with a sign. "I'm having a 7-night stand." No need to wait up. No need to wait up. Or like people did tens of thousands of times with the breakup letter, come into our store where we've got a few props and you can post it like this one. Kiss off Verizon, have your picture taken, put it on the internet, and have a lot of fun with it. And you know what? It should be fun. Because what we're doing tonight is we're bringing an end to the control that this duopoly has had on the way this industry buys things, the way consumers are forced to buy things. What Uncarrier 5 is all about is making the buying process simple, getting rid of buying blind. Let people see this data-strong network. Let them know that it will work for them. Take the control back and have fun with it along the way. So, I hope you love it. What I'm going to do right now is ask John to come back, and what we're going to do is answer the first and most obvious question.
So, we're going to take a lot of questions. I know there's a tremendous amount of questions I know people want to have. But as we get started, I'll tell you that the biggest question I usually get in these events, we usually end with, which is that it? Will there be another Uncarrier in the future? And by the way, when is it? And let me just go over here for a second. Because I think what I'd like to do is answer that question by telling you, yes, and it's right now.
Turn the face. Turn the face. Okay. Music freedom. So, the answer to Uncarrier 6 is right now. Okay. Yeah. I knew people thought there was going to be some sort of a free streaming service given out in Seattle today. They just picked the wrong location when they guessed it. So, let's just talk about music freedom. Talk about a pain point and a trend. 113 million people stream music on their mobile devices now. That is up twice since last year. And in the last couple of years, the streaming traffic on our network has gone up 6-fold. So talk about a coming attraction. How about this? 67% of streamers do their streaming on mobile devices. Remember that trend in the beginning and what's happening here? Now, how about this? A huge percentage of people, 40% and growing, say that they limit their streaming on their mobile devices because they're petrified about data bucket overages and charges that they're going to get from the carriers. Major fear, major pain point. Now, me, I am a music fanatic, and you are going to hear one of my favorite bands tonight. I use my phone for streaming all the time. It's the best way that I can stop having to listen to these guys talk to me all the time. I've got running, I've got driving, I've got soundtracks, but the smartphones are where we do this, and we had to unleash this for customers. It's a big pain point. Now, fantastic to see these trends that everybody wants, because what do the other guys do? They see everything as an opportunity to tell customers what to do and to gouge them. And this is going to cause some pain. The data bucket overages. How about this? What happens? One of our competitors has decided, I know you love streaming. I think you should do it with Beats. I don't give a crap if you like Spotify, Rhapsody, Pandora, iHeartRadio, iTunes Radio, Slacker, Beatport, Milk. I don't care. You're going to use Beats. And then every goddamn note you listen to, including the ads, we're going to charge you for. That's how they unleash streaming. Another one of our competitors said, hey, I know this is a big deal. We're going to have a big event, and that guy that sings Happy That Makes Me Sick is going to come in, and you're going to listen to him for hours until you stab somebody because you're sick of that freaking song. Happy. Okay? And here's the special. I got it for you. Give me your credit card. I'm going to let you buy Spotify at a slightly discounted rate for 6 months, and then 6 months and 1 day we're going to jack the price up, and yes, it's going along with the rest of your family against the data plan. This is the way you do. So what do? We free you. And back to the first point. Why? Because we can. Because of our network. Because of the data capability. And this is a trend. So, music freedom means that every single note, from right now starting with the top 7 or 8, which account for 85% of the music, will come free, not against your bucket. And even when you exhaust your high-speed data bucket, you will still stream music free at a high speed. Okay? So we're going to talk some more about that. But this is where people start to say, you know, I will tell you, we will never run out of things to fix in this industry, right? Because even, and I'm going to let Mike talk about this, but even when we started fixing this one and learning more about internet radio, we figured out that internet radio was broken. And we may just fix that as well. So let me just this and get Mike up here to just say that it's a pain point. It's a big one, it's a growing one, and we decided not to step in slightly, but to completely eliminate it forever. And I guarantee you, starting tomorrow, customers are going to show up for this service, and customers are going to show up at our competitors, and they're going to demand the answer as to why can't I have this from you as well. So Mike, why don't you come up?
So, let me tell you, to underscore what John said, one of the fundamental differences between our company and everybody else. When our company sees a chart like this one, that shows that music is a phenomenon that is going nuts, that has doubled in the last year, that reaches 113 million people on their mobile devices, we see an opportunity to set people free. Our competitors see an opportunity to gouge people. They see an opportunity to grab overages, to lure people in with bundles and apparent low prices, and then get you on the data. That's the difference between our company and the others. They're doing it wrong. Our view is really simple. Our view is, let's just give all the top streaming services, all of them. In fact, these 6 services represent 85% of the streaming music data traffic on our network. Let's set the data price for all of these services to 0. Let's have full speed streaming. Let's have no data overages, no caps, unlimited. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you heard AT&T or Verizon even utter the word unlimited? Come on! They view it so totally differently, and that's what we're excited about tonight. And by the way, not only these top 6 services, but also a couple of our closest partners' services, like Milk Music from Samsung, and also an app that we're very excited about coming soon to all the app stores from our partner SFX, Beatport Music, an EDM sensation, coming soon, will be included in our program. And so what we're doing is essentially saying, look, let's just stop the complexity and the confusion and get behind a concept that's very easy for people to understand. It's free. It's free and it's unlimited, and we're doing it for one simple reason. Our network can handle it. Our data-strong network can handle it. We're here tonight to talk about the difference between our network, and streaming music is a showcase of what makes T-Mobile different. Our data-strong network is concentrated where people demand the data, and we can do it. And as John said, there's one of 2 reasons why they're not doing it. Either their network can't handle it, or they just won't. And so it's time for us to challenge this industry to change. Now, we're going to have some fun with this one, too, because obviously 8 sites doesn't make the internet. Part of the magic of the internet is that you never know who's going to be trending next. And so what we're going to ask is for the social community to help us out, because we're going to expand music freedom as we go. And so you can go to tmobile.com/musicfreedom and you can vote for your favorite streaming site and have it added. The winners will be added to Music Freedom as we go along. We will expand this program as we go. Now, John started to hint at our final announcement of the night. And that is, if you stop and think about it for a minute, Music Freedom is fantastic for each and every T-Mobile customer on Simple Choice, but there's one group that's kind of left out. It's those people on our totally unlimited 4G LTE plans. After all, their streaming's already included in their plan. And so we set out to do something really special for these customers because in many ways, they're our very best customers. And we scanned the landscape for an internet radio service that we could provide for these customers, probably not surprised, for free. And we didn't really find it because what we found was internet radio itself, as John said, has a few pain points involved in it. There are some things that people aren't getting from their internet radio. And so we sat down with our crosstown friends at Rhapsody, and we created together and asked Rhapsody to create Rhapsody Unradio, being announced and launched tonight from this stage with our friends. Available in all of the app stores. Available in all of the app stores nationwide tonight, a totally new internet radio product that takes things to a totally new direction. It's $5 a month for the public, but you might not be surprised to hear, for our unlimited 4G LTE customers on our newest plans, it's free. It's included. And for every other T-Mobile customer, it'll be available at a discounted price of $4. Now, what's interesting is when you think about internet radio and the phenomenon, you saw that graph. The phenomenon is incredible. When you look at internet radio itself, there are a few issues. Because with internet radio, you can't necessarily replay your favorites. If you like a song, you love a song, you can't necessarily replay it. With Unradio from Rhapsody, you can. With Unradio, you can listen to the tracks you want. With Unradio, you can skip as many times as you want. There's no advertising, and there's 20 million songs. So we're very excited about this. You guys, this was a double bill. We threw a lot of news at you tonight. Uncarrier 5, the T-Mobile test drive, the 7-night stand, transforming the way Americans buy wireless and eliminating buying blind, and Uncarrier 6.0, music freedom. Stream all you want. Data charges do not apply because music should be free. And Rhapsody Unradio, the first breakthrough radio product that solves the pain points and lets people stream free, lets them choose their music unlimited skips. We're so excited about bringing you all of these news, and we know that our friends in the media have some questions. And so to do all that, the first thing I want to say is Neville Ray's in the house. So Neville, come on up. And John, come on up, and we'll be happy to take your questions.
So as we go to Q&A, I want to get some unbiased feedback. What do you think about these announcements, T-Mobile? Somehow I thought you'd say that. Listen, as we go to Q&A, I want to reiterate something that we started with. Everything we do is about solving pain points. Everything we do is forever. Everything we do is designed to change the entire industry. So I'll jump ahead to one of the questions I always get on these, which is, you know, what are you going to do if the other guys respond and do what you're doing? And I have two quick answers. I don't give a shit, and I'll celebrate because we changed the industry. And then, secondly, what I will say to you is a commitment. We will not stop and continue to give us the pain points, and we'll continue to solve them. So with that, why don't we now, I want to point out, I know we have a lot of customers and employees. This is the media's chance to ask questions, so please, no positive or negative feedback to their questions, no rushing the crowd here. This is where you be quiet and respectful. You got it, everybody? You too? All right. Who's first? You got one here.
Hey, John. Aldi Gringard, Current Analysis. So let's say you're looking at this great new plan that I want to take a 7-day test drive, and I'm not an Apple fan. I'm more of an Android guy. Why can't I test drive a Galaxy S5?
Yeah, you know, to start, we took this idea to our partners at Apple, and we have an evolving relationship. What I also said is, you know, it's clear that there is a very low awareness in our customer base about the fact that we carry the Apple product. Strangely enough, statistically, it could be, you know, 2/3 or so of what most people's awareness is of a carrier. So it's very low. And so we're trying to solve several things. So is Apple. You know, we've got a great partnership growing with them. And I think, you know, Apple is also interested in the fact that the fastest growing wireless carrier in the U.S. Has a low penetration of their product. So we brought this idea to them. They responded. They're providing the devices to us for free. We're providing the service and capability to handle the process. And so I think it's a win-win for us on both fronts. Now, where it will go over time, I don't know. But I think having it very targeted and focused at launch point here today is, you know, extremely important.
Yeah, I was just wondering, are those 6 streaming services you mentioned the only 6 that are starting at launch, or is Google Play Music included in that?
Well, actually, it's 8. So it's the 6 plus Samsung Milk Music, and also Beatport when Beatport launches, and that launch is coming up. And then what we've got is this voting mechanism on our website, so people can choose which is the hot trending one. And Google Play, the Play Store, is one of those. So we'll see. You know, we'll let the public vote. I have a feeling there's a lot of Google fans out there, so you know, we'll see how it all shakes out.
Hey, listen, this is these services account for 85% of the internet streaming, right? And that's a changing industry. There's a lot of action going on. You know, we keep talking about our partnership with SFX, some of the things that we're doing around, you know, a couple of upcoming shows and things that we're going to work on together. But Beatport, which is the place where DJs go to buy their music, they'll be, doing things and they'll be evolving. I think that's a space to watch. But my commitment to you is, if there's something that people want, vote, and we will add it. We will add all the services that customers want in an orderly process. So we'll probably have a contest for 3 weeks or so, and then a month, add a bunch of them in an orderly way. But if you want it, we'll add it. It'll be the same price. Free. Yep.
Susie from Tech Hive. 7-night stand sounds really cool. I was just wondering if there's a huge demand. Are you guys is there any kind of cap? Are you gonna run out of devices?
Yeah,
and
no.
also, there's no restocking fee or any kind of hidden charge if people want to give it back?
No. And what we've said is we will do at least 1 million test drives in the next year. 1 million. Okay. Now, if there's a lot more demand, we'll do a lot more. I just think it's a very cool idea. I mean, not necessarily the 7-night stand idea, but my thought is, why not? Why not? What I've been watching is, one of the biggest games that people play out at night with each other, strangely enough, it's sad about our society, is speed test. Hey, how fast is yours? How fast is mine? And, geeks sit there like me and speed test, and we win, by the way, all the time.
We do.
Yeah. So, what I'm aspiring to is an even sadder world, which is where you don't even need a friend to speed test. You can have 2 yourself. So, I can go out to the bar with my best friend, me, and I can order another round for both of us, and I can speed test both. And then, I think the fun part is it's a no-lose event, but strangely, as I said, there are some customers that, travel 30 miles to a store with their family, and we want them. We want them to know that we want to make sure the service is right for them, because I know that between today and a year or 18 months from now, my service will be great everywhere. And if it's not yet today, I want you to know I respect you enough to have a test drive. I also want, because I hear this all the time, I think Roger gave me this line today. Roger's one of those guys that, outside of getting me in trouble in Las Vegas with AT&T, and by the way, from now on, I'm only going out with Ina, because Roger gets me in big trouble. The issue is, he always says, well, I talked to a guy. I mean, that's like, hey, telling the doctor, hey, I've got a friend that's got this issue. And the issue usually is, I talked to this guy, and he said he tried your network and it didn't really work. My suspicion is most of those are either third-hand sharing of information or 2 to 3 year old information. And what I want to do is I want to answer those with, for free, let me just try it. Let me just show you that it's different. And I think the hard part is when you get that phone for 7 days and you go home and you go out every night, and it's not just a little faster, it's double, and it's perfect. What's going to happen? I think a lot of people are going to come. Even you,
Hi, Dieter Bohn with The Verge. So the music freedom thing is pretty interesting, but from a net neutrality perspective, I think it's problematic to treat a certain kind of data differently than other data just because it's music. And I'm wondering if you guys thought through those issues, and if, as a data-first kind of company, if you think that's a problem.
So you actually think that somebody would have a net neutrality problem with you giving it to them for free?
I think it's
you
possible,
kind of got
yeah.
it. I think it's, I don't agree, especially since, if you have a different service that you want and it's being used, we will put it. It's a technical inclusion in the process. It takes a short period of time to get the appropriate site, get the URL, figure out how to whitelist it and get it on the network. So it's more so than that. Our idea is to give free streaming of music to everybody. And I don't foresee the Uncarrier's issues and what we're doing with the industry being other than something that the proponents of net neutrality would really be supportive of.
And by the way, other than surrounding Unradio, with our new partnership with Rhapsody, there's no commercial relationship between us and any of these top providers. There's some technical integration to make sure that we really do get that data intercepted and set it for free. But there's no, this is being paid for by T-Mobile. We're providing this service to our customers, and our North Star is our customers. I mean, these principles are important. We respect them. The customer is our North Star. Yeah.
Hi, Jan Dawson from Jackdaw Research. A lot of the data out there suggests that it's video rather than music that's the major consumer of bandwidth on networks, and that if you bump up against your cap, it's much more likely that it's because you're using YouTube or Netflix or Hulu rather than a music service. So I'm curious to kind of get your take on A, is that what you're seeing on the T-Mobile network, and B, would you consider doing something similar for video in future?
Yeah, I mean, let's be clear, right? Clearly, video uses more than streaming music, quite a bit more. And I think I've made my comments clear about the young guy in the AT&T family that was searching porn. You know, so one step at a time. I think what we are doing is we are pointing out, and this free streaming of music is, amongst other things, it's an attempt to get people to think differently about their data service, you know, provider, and to, if they bump up against their data caps, they are far more likely to be AT&T or Verizon or Sprint customers than ours, because as we've already pointed out, between 61 and 100% more data per user on us. So we want this debate to take place. We want the questions of unlimited, and as you know, we offer an unlimited data service for a price. That's something the other guys don't do. So we want the debate pretty clearly to provide something right now that was free video would have far bigger implications on even us. So I think you know the answer to the question, but we're certainly open to moving people to our unlimited plan, which will take care of their data issues.
But who knows, when I'm Neville's age and we're doing Uncarrier 22, I mean, anything's possible.
I appreciate you participating in Bring My Son to Work Day with me. Yeah. But as of tomorrow, Mike will be going back to school, so no worry. Hey, hi.
How's it going?
Cool.
Awesome show, thanks. Great, excited about the music. I was going to ask the video question, but I actually have another question related. Is there any way you can make it such that we can actually configure which music services we want in our dashboard on the T-Mobile website, for those of us who maybe use some more obscure ones?
That's high wire. Yeah, we'll have to think about that. What do you think, Neville?
I mean, it's feasible and possible. I think the mechanism we're putting in place is, let's have folks vote about what are the most popular services they want to see us, drive that free streaming to. So, I mean, that's our start, and we'll see. I mean, I think we can take on.
The poll wouldn't be very fun, though, because we'd have all the ones I want and not other ones would probably win in the poll.
Your list, Mike?
Just to get the gist of what we're about, I would have no problem with that. No. And it certainly is our intent. The only reason we've done, the first group and then we're having the contest is it's a simple process of getting connected with the provider, providing the URLs, figuring out what the service is that's coming down, whitelisting it on our network and getting it set up. But if there was a way to do that in automated fashion, we'd be all for it. We have every intent of moving every streaming service that people use over to this. But I have no... Get your shit together, Neville. Come on.
Now I know what I got to do tomorrow.
It's a good idea.
But we listen.
I do want you to understand that's how we think too.
When does test drive go into effect, and then what happens if I return a phone on day 9 or drop it and break it or something like that?
So it starts on Monday. That's when the first time you can order a phone is on Monday when you go to tmobile.com/test drive. There will be a pre-registration page up tonight, but Monday is when you can enroll. There's going to be a little bit of a grace period. So, we know that the way this works is you need to come back to a store. When you sign up, by the way, we're going to show you some stores that are near you, and you can make sure that it's going to be convenient for you because you must return the phone to one of our stores, and there's a little bit of a grace period. We're not going to slam your credit card for $700 on midnight of the 7th day. We want to make it a great experience and a positive experience for our customers.
Right, but similar to this question, remember, we're not trying to make money on this. right? We don't want to ring that card and have a fight with you. We're not, if you come in and the phone's got a little scratch on it, we're not going to ding you for that. And we want you to have the test drive, return it, and we want you, whether you come or not, we want you to think that that was a cool experience and you like us for doing it, and or you come in the store and you purchase something else. So it's Monday. Hey, how many of you, this is not for the people in the back, how many of you right now here use other than T-Mobile? Don't be shy. Okay, and of you, just quick, how many of you will try a test drive? Okay, and if it's way better, how many of you will switch? Okay, it's not bad. Are the rest of you stupid, or? Or just wealthy, or you want that hologram phone, huh? Roger?
Yeah. Hey.
By the way, you raised your hand for all of those. We're all in.
Well, maybe. We'll see. How frequently can you use this program? Like, maybe today the network coverage isn't great, but 6 months from now it is. For like a customer who test drives today or next week, like how long before they can get back on and do another test drive?
One test drive.
And then they're done.
Yep. Once per year per household or credit card number.
Once per year?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's so many things that I could say, Roger. So many. You're such a glass is half empty guy. Oh, it's like why?
You better give him the microphone back. He needs to defend himself.
No, don't give him it back.
My Twitter buddy.
John, Dave Cortines-Lavoso from the Tri-Cities. First time I attended one of your announcements, and as a corporate owner, do we have corporate plans for corporate companies, since most of these business owners down here in media, if there's corporate business plans, one, I raised my hand on every one of those questions too.
Yep.
And I'm not sure if I would change over yet. And I like your shoes, and I'm not sure I'll change over to your shoes too.
He's going to give you his shoes right now.
You're switching over, my friend. Mike,
so the answer is yes. We do have a business-to-business portion of the T-Mobile test drive. And when you go to T-Mobile.com/test drive, there's a link for business customers to the program. It works a little bit differently. Instead of signing up and having the phone come in the mail, what you're going to do is sign up, and you're going to be contacted directly by one of our sales reps who will hand deliver the phones. You can have 3 phones, not 1 phone, and it's for 2 weeks, not 1 week. So it works a little bit differently for business customers. We're going to hand you the phones, make sure that everything's set up for you, and then personally collect them back after the 2 weeks. Okay.
So, did you say this was your first announcement we come to? How? Not bad? You going to stay for the concert tonight? Perfect. Us old guys got to stick together. I'm not making any commentary on you, but... What else?
Hi. Hey, thanks for taking the question.
Hey.
Just wondering where things stand on the potential merger with Sprint and how the Uncarrier initiatives could be affected by that.
Now. Sorry about that.
So for the office pool, it's 12
Where does the
after.
time go? No, actually, we had a pool amongst ourselves as to how many minutes it would be before. And it's always fun to see how the question is prefaced. At least you were kind enough to insert in the preface the rumored, item. Clearly, I'm not going to make any comments on rumor or speculation. I think the things that are important to me, and I'd be glad to iterate on this topic, the second part of this topic with any of you. Very important to me is that this Uncarrier movement will continue. And the competition in the United States wireless industry, I believe, is much better because T-Mobile exists. And I think it's getting better all the time. Now, what I think the United States is getting a chance to see is what an inkling of competition looks like. And what we're looking forward over the next 3 to 5 years as a company is, as I said, how do we get the scale and the capital and the spectrum to make that map blank and big 3D and continue to change things in the industry. And there are multiple paths forward for this company that our board considers. One of them is consolidation of the industry without any comment on specific items. But I can tell you, in anything we do, it will be about the Uncarrier revolution and the T-Mobile company and brand getting bigger and stronger and changing the industry. So we'll take one or two more, because I know you had a long day. Yes, and am I not going to take this question? Look, I'd be dead if I did.
Andrew Evans from Gear Live. I think you said something. I just wanted to make sure I heard you correctly. It's the iPhone 5S now, but someone also said it'll always be the latest and greatest iPhone. Is that correct?
Well,
so going forward,
it's
newer
the latest
devices.
and greatest. You know, we're not going to get into details about the future. After all, there's no future product that's been announced. You know, we're waiting like everybody else for details of what's next. But the intent is we want, and Apple wants, the very best possible experiences for people. That's the way this has been designed.
Yeah. The philosophy of the program is to put the latest, hottest device into your hand so you can experience the device, and the latest, hottest devices happen to maximize the experience on our network. So there's an interesting test drive here, by the way. We have T-Mobile customers that have not migrated to the latest devices. And it's interesting, our own customers can test drive to see what the experience is like with the latest devices on our network. Yeah, we're all for that as well. Cheat on us with yourself. I mean, come on, we're in Seattle. Loosen up. Okay. Anybody got one more? Okay. Listen, and I would also tell you, we got a little bit of time, and I know some of you are exhausted and want to go get dinner or do something before we have this event tonight. We will hang around. We got a couple of media people to speak to, but we'll hang. If some of you didn't get a question, you want to come up and get a follow-up, we'll hang around for a few minutes and make sure you get that. Now, members of the media, in the lobby area, want to join us. We've got an area out there for an after, place where you can get a drink and hang out and, write stories as long as they're favorable. If the stories are negative, you're going out. But what we also have for all of you is a test drive phone. So for all of the media, we have a test drive phone for you to pick up. Not you out there, them. Roger, your test drive is beginning. And there's press rooms available for you as well. Now, I would tell you, please, doors are going to open at 8:30. Don't forget to come back for Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Our hometown band is really excited about performing here and have a lot of surprises for everybody. So why don't you take a quick look at what's behind us on the way out, and then T-Mobile, you're free to go grab a bite and a drink before the concert, and we'll see you back here at 8:30. But take a look at this.